G'day everyone, Goober here with another Torchlight Infinite Sandlord season video. A few days ago I put out a video on 400 FE per hour Keegan farming, and there was the usual comments of the prices have gone down, so it's no longer profitable, which is completely fake news. So the Nexus are currently selling for 45 flame elementium. They were 50 yesterday. But yesterday was the weekend and now the weekend's over, so less activity means the prices go down a little bit, but it is still very, very profitable. Now 45 FE is the cost of the Nexus, which is a drop that Keegan can give. Now the cost of running one is 4.5 for Dart. Dive is 5, and Ruin is 4. So those prices are still good. And if you are able to do Doom, they are 11. Now, say you wanted to do 100 Keegans, the total cost of a set of 100 would be 2,450 flame elementium. This is TLI tracker.gg. This is what my brother and I are making, and you know, I quite like using it. It's got a timer and all that sort of stuff. So if you were to do 100 sets of Keegan, based on the prices that we just checked the market of just now, you would 100% get 100 familiar Nexus for 100 kills. Now that FE per hour looks pretty darn delicious. Now you are paying a fair bit in tax, and it does cost a fair bit in parts. However, if you just do 50, actually that is wrong. Yeah, okay. So that's going to take 100 minutes. It's not going to take 1 hour to do 100. So it'll be about 890, maybe 600 FE an hour if you're a little bit slower. But that's fine. So this would be an hour, so 60. Let's take that out so you can see the cost. I can run one in about a minute. It's going to cost about 1,500 flame elementium to buy all the keys. However, as this is a guaranteed drop, if you're doing Ubers, you can obviously do less, and it's not that big of a deal. Now, if you weren't doing the Doom portion, and you were just doing standard, you have a 50% chance to drop the... oops, no, 60. You have a 50% chance of dropping the Nexus. It would only take you... no, it's still going to take you 60. Yeah. Dirt. So it's still going to be about 400 FE an hour if you run normals. Now, this is still pretty good because it's extremely chill, and you can just watch YouTube or Netflix or whatever you want while it's going. In this video, I'm going to farm up a whole bunch of Uber Keegans, because I have done this for a couple of days rather, and I got some key upgrades for my build. So in a previous video, you saw me corroding a whole bunch of Warden's breast pins, and I was failing over and over and over and over, which was rather disappointing. And at 350 FE a pop, that adds up pretty quickly. So let's just quickly have a look. That's 2, 4, 6, 7. So 14 times 350 is 4,900 flame elementium just wasted there. I should have just saved up that FE and bought my neck, which is what I ended up doing farming Keegan. Now this boosted my damage from about 100 billion to about 250 to 300 billion. And then I got some weapon upgrades, and now I'm doing about 1 trillion DPS, which is really quite nice. I did upgrade some skills and stuff as well. Just farming Keegan and my current void chart, which is pretty nice. So about a trillion DPS on Boom Moto feels pretty good. I went up there because that's where you used to do Keegan. But Keegan can be done on normal, which is just those three, with about 1 billion DPS, and it's really quite decent. You can do Uber Keegan with about 300 billion DPS, and it's about a 1 minute 20 kill. Or if you do a trillion DPS or 5 trillion DPS, obviously you'll be able to do this faster and skip more phases. So I died again. So all I do is I hang out over here so I can run around this beam, end up here, and then I can dash over the spikes. That'll phase him. He drops down. You just drop a portal here. And then he'll do his wave. Sometimes he, I don't know, he just does extra phases because. But generally, if you do about a trillion DPS, this is what you can expect. Then you just run over to here. Wait until he picks a side. So his health bar's over there, so you just have to go to the opposite side. Hide under here and wait for the loop. Now the second wave does no damage, so that does no damage. And we got a Nexus. So the Familiar Nexus is a 100% drop chance, and on Uber you can also get the rings. I had one of these drop just before, so that should sell for 235, and that's just extra profit on top of the 1000 FE an hour or so that we're going to be making. So in this video, I just wanted to go through and make as much FE as possible and see if we can get a nice upgrade at the end of the video. And yeah, so all I've been doing is just trying to focus on farming and not really chasing the next best thing. I don't want to start doing Dark Surge. I don't want to start doing Cube. I don't want to start doing something else that someone else is having a lot of success with. I just want to focus on my farming, making Flame Elementium, and getting upgrades for my class. So a lot of other Boom Motos aren't doing, well, a lot of other classes are just Thea 3 or Carino 2. So I just wanted to, you know, excel in my Boom Moto, maybe do some more deep space later. Hopefully I can get to 2 or 3 trillion DPS today. That would be quite nice. And if the corroded item is garbage, just leave it on the ground. But yeah, so I'll be doing Keegan for most of today. I currently have about 2,000 Flame Elementium. This will be the only video I'll make today. And I guess we'll see at the end of the session how much Flame Elementium I've made. Now if I do something other than Keegan, I will definitely unpause and show you what I'm doing. Anyway, see you in a bit. Hey, I have run, I don't know, probably close to 100 Uber Keegans today. And that's the first Frozen Flame drop that I've had since I started this video. That's the second one today that I found though. The other one has already sold. But yeah, making pretty good progress. I even did some Supreme Showdown just before. I was watching Coffee's stream and I saw how he did the Clockwork boss, and after that the Clockwork boss was incredibly simple. I'll quickly show it. I don't know if I just got lucky, but it was super easy. Just avoid damage to the start. Then one of them is missing over here. Stand there. Go in. Oh, no. That's next. Avoid these, obviously. Pretty simple. Then they focus. Something will appear on the ground. Dash out. Dash in. Go to sleep. And done. It's actually super easy. I don't know why I struggled with that so much. But anyway, I did. I don't know why. But anyway. So, yeah. Back to farming. Alrighty. I think I've done about enough Keegan for the day. To give you a general idea of how much I've done. I'll leave that in there because that was a nice drop. These are the minor drops that I just sell for a 1 or 2. Who cares? I did buy these because they seemed interesting. Every 10 seconds get a level 25 wind projectiles. There's no movement speed on them, which is kind of bad. But they're interesting. I did end up doing some path of progression stuff, so I had to use truth fossils and all sorts of stuff. Kind of just wasted a whole bunch of flame elementium. So if we have a look, we've got 32 sales of oh no, those aren't sales, that's me buying stuff. I thought 32 was too many. That was for path of progression. So 15 sales of around about 400, 200 to 400 FE, which is pretty reasonable for one day. Also have a flu, so there was a fair bit of a nap in there as well. So I think we started the day with about 2,000 flame elementium, so we made about 4,000, I guess. I probably had some edicts in my inventory to start, so I guess I would have to buy those again. But I think I'll go and do some mapping later tonight. I did save these to use these all at the same time. There is a 1% chance of getting the ultimate appearance crystals. And I did not hit it. Rip. You get those from the season pass. So anyway, I have some decisions to make. Do I keep saving for a Machine Lord helmet? Which will effectively double my damage because I'll have twice as many spiders. Or do I get new boots? Or do I upgrade my existing items that are kind of average? I could upgrade that all to tier 0. That would boost my damage by a fair bit as well. Or do I go for survivability so I can do deep space?
Hurry, we're going to miss the class.
I did have this saved for deep space, so you can get minus trauma damage taken, which is rot and maim. If you get the 90% here, you just need 1 minor kismet. Microfate, rather. And it has the chance to avoid elemental ailments. 12%. Ideally, that would be on the bottom, so you could have 24% with a sparks. I kind of want this as well, but it's 3,000. And then on the warlock tree, you can also get 30% chance to avoid there, so that would be 54%. Then we'd need another 46% from somewhere else, so maybe 3 more of those, which would kind of suck. Maybe he can get it on Kismets as well. Chance to avoid elemental ailments. Ah, you can just get it on here. Double there, so that's 24 with the sparks, that's 36%. That's not bad. You can get it there as well. So you could have that and one of these with the sparks in the middle. It's a lot of investment just for that though. So I think if I set up, where is it? if I have my slates like this, if I have one of those ailment immunities there, another one there, this fallen starlight there, and I get a prairie and put it in the middle there, then that'll make me ailment immunity and almost trauma and wilt immune. And then I can get a good normal slate here with probably +1 minion skill on the bottom. So that will become a... it'll be a synthetic troop. Energy cooldown. I'll get command on the purples. And then I'll get +1 minion skill on the bottom. So that'll become a pretty good slate as well with the prairie. That'll leave me 1 corner of divinity and 2 extra slates. And hopefully I can get a candle with sealed mana conversion, and I won't need this one anymore. So I think that is the plan. And yeah, so there goes a fair bit of the currency that I made today. That was 3,800 for those. I still need a prairie, so I need to make another 3,000. And I need something like this, because I don't really use mana anyway. After I put that there, I started using cost conversion on Blink anyway, just to prepare. So I guess we'll aim for that now and see if we can get there. But anyway, that's pretty much what I've got for this video. It was a pretty productive day. Not too bad. And I'll see you in the next one.